Hello, parents and families. Welcome to the Prepare You webinar. We're going to give some families a little bit of extra time to come in, so we'll start in about a minute or so. All right, I think we're ready to go. So thank you, families, for being here with us tonight. We are excited to share with you Prepare You, a resource that will be used in our health class in Northville High School this fall. And we think it's going to be a great tool to really support all of our students. So who are your presenters this evening? I'm Sandra Brock from the Office of Instruction, and I'll be the lead presenter on the PowerPoint, and then we will certainly have our team provide extra insight and support, and also stay after to answer some questions that you might have. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Beth Stanter.
I'm Beth Stanter. Great to be with you tonight, and I'm the Director of Special Services.
Good evening, I'm JD Kieft. I am the Supervisor for Special Services, and I support our secondary programs.
Good evening, I'm Crystal Muhammad. I am one of the grade level assistant principals at Northville High School, and I also support special services, work with JD a lot with MTSS.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tim Dalton. I am one of 3 health teachers here at Northville High School.
And Amy Morelli, who is our school social worker. It says psychologist. That's a typo. We apologize for that. She wanted to be here but couldn't make it at the last minute.
And hi, I'm Diana Seamus. I'm the social emotional learning counselor at Northville High School.
Oh, and it looks like Amy is joining us.
Oh.
Looks like she's hopping on, so. There she is.
Hello.
Amy, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Right now?
We just finished introducing ourselves, so it's your turn.
Okay. Oh, I'm Amy Morelli. I'm one of the school social workers at the high school.
Awesome.
Great, thank you. So we're going to start talking to you about what is Prepare You, and it is a curriculum that supports mental health and wellness of the high school students. It is taught in all of the health classes and has some wonderful attributes and materials that students use. The primary material is going to be a student workbook, which really allows students to reflect and process the different content from Prepare You, and it really is created to facilitate a collaborative classroom community with wraparound support and provide students with tools to be successful. So there's also some videos. We're going to share one of those with you tonight from our anxiety unit. And there are icebreakers and teacher materials and games to really help create that collaborative classroom atmosphere. So Prepare You will be starting next week, and we're excited for our students to see it. So we can go ahead and show the video from our anxiety unit.
Oops.
If you could meet a younger version of you, what would you tell them?
What is the difference between thoughts and feelings?
We went on this big old ride, but where we landed was right back where we started.
How do you see your peers handling issues with anxiety and stress?
I'm thinking angry volcano, and I just suppress all my thoughts.
As long as you're alive, you have an opportunity to create things, to change the world, to make meaning.
Trophy A cannot go with trophy C. Trophy D.
Which shelf can... And one of the shelves can be blank. Who the heck comes up with this stuff? I guess J... No, wait, there's not even a J. There's a... What? Oh, hi. Do you ever get overwhelmed by things? Often stress can do that to us. I imagine you probably have a lot of tests that you take or various other performance things that pull for stress. You also have a lot of day-to-day activities that pull for stress. Stress is an interesting thing. So we're mammals, I know, shocker. And as a result, we have very similar stress systems to other mammals. What's different about other mammals, though, is they don't have nearly the kinds of stress problems that we do. For example, if you're a zebra and you're just, munching some grass, you're walking across the plains, and all of a sudden, a lion jumps out at you. You just, stress, oh my God, stress, I'm gonna eat, run. And let's say you run for about 2 minutes and the lion didn't get you. And you're like, okay, the lion is gone. All right, right back to munching grass. Us humans, on the other hand, we stress all the time. We don't stress for 2 minutes and then go back to munching grass. We stress all day long about a whole range of things. And interestingly enough, most of them aren't actually as life-threatening as the lion. The lion could really kill and eat the zebra. Most of the time what we worry about is at most embarrassing or mildly irritating. I'm going to do poorly on the test. The person I asked out is going to turn me down. The college I wanted to get into isn't going to accept me on first admission. These are the things that occupy our mind and keep our body all keyed up, just like we're running from the lion. Gotta run from the lion, gotta run from the lion, gotta run from the lion. Except there's no lion in the room. Now, just to complicate matters, us humans have found all sorts of ways to cope with stress. So first we generate too much stress, then we figure out a way to try to turn the stress down, and often we do that in less than healthy ways. Sometimes we do it in healthy ways, but a lot of the times we do it in less than healthy ways. So today we're going to talk about stress and coping, and both ways that people cope in unhealthy ways and ways that people cope in healthy ways. And maybe at the end of it, we'll figure out what the heck the answer to this question is, because I'm pretty sure it's not B, but I always guess C.
How do you see your peers handling issues with anxiety and stress?
Oh, everyone's, no one's doing well.
Not very well. Especially in our industry, everyone has stress and anxiety.
A lot of drinking a lot of coffee, staying up all night, last minute panicking. Generally not great.
Personally speaking, I just think they're just not really dealt with. I know a lot of people are super busy with working a bunch of jobs and going to school. They kind of ignore it until they can't anymore.
I have some friends who dealt with it and they were more willing to talk to their friends and family about it, but I would say for the most part people are pretty closed off.
Some handle it pretty well. I've handled it well, but some, drink a lot, falling out, fighting, stuff like that, yeah.
I think your mental health is something that you need to take very seriously, but in some stances, you can't take time off work, you can't take time off school. It's what do you do?
I know a lot of people who I've been in classes with who I know drink and do drugs and they seem to be doing fine, but I think it can get to a point. I've seen other people who have had to drop out of classes because it's become, too much, and I think it can be definitely abused and overused.
I know a lot of people who go to therapy. I know a lot of people who kind of just let it bottle up inside. A lot of people kind of just let it consume them. Yeah, overall, students don't really handle anxiety and stress very well. In our day and age, students our age suffer more anxiety than any other generation.
So what you just saw was a sample of one of the many materials that our students will see during their health class. And we've also linked below the link to the video, the Prepared You website, where you are more than welcome to navigate and learn more about the program. And something that's really important to us and near and dear to our hearts here at Norfolk Schools is making sure that everything that we adopt for our students, everything that we use in our classrooms are aligned to the district goals. So Prepare You aligns extremely well to the social emotional learning piece and providing students with self-care activities and just being able to balance all of the things that are going on in their lives. So we wanted to make sure to stress that this is really to support our SEL goal and to support students and their coping mechanisms. So what content does Prepare You cover? In front of you, you'll see a list of some of the pieces that will be covered in your student's health class. Among them, you'll see self-reflection, anxiety, anger, social media. There is a unit on suicide, which will be accompanied by a QPR. So Ms. Sandra, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about QPR. And then there will also be the mental health stigma unit. And we do want to reiterate that there are other units, materials that can be used at home with your students. And we really encourage that you do use these materials with your students and get to know Prepare You as a family. Ms. Sandra, did you want to talk at all about the QPR piece with Lesson 8?
Yeah, actually, I think I started talking, but forgot I was on mute. So QPR is going to be a one-time training that actually Hagera Health, who we have a grant with this year, is going to be coming in and providing to our students after the suicide unit. And what QPR is it's actually a calming technique and a way of having conversation with a student that's saying concerning things. And so first it helps a listener analyze that when a student is saying something concerning, and then it's how you can talk to them and through it as you are bringing them to the adult, the trusted adult that will help. So it's not a therapy technique. It's more just a way of how you talk to somebody.
Great, thank you so much. So we want to talk a little bit about the additional support that will be available for students who are in the health classes and using Prepare You. There will be a mental health support person aligned or essentially pushing into each health class. They're there to be part of the classroom community and really support that open dialogue, and to also be there as if a student needs someone to talk to and just you know, kind of process some of the materials. So there really will be a wraparound approach. Prior to each unit, there will be a message sent via parent email in Schoology to let the parents know the content that's coming up in the future lesson. And certainly for your awareness, if you want to discuss with your child. Our team is also working on parent tip sheets, as well as exit tickets, which allow teachers and staff to really assess where kids are and how they're understanding and interacting with the material. There's a pre and post assessment that's part of Prepare You. And most importantly, that all students in health sections will be using the same lessons. As you saw on the previous slide, that the content will be similar within all the health sections. These lessons will be delivered live. They will be synchronous. So again, really to support that open dialogue to our virtual students as well. So we want to discuss Zoom protocols for online learning that, after speaking with Prepare You and other schools that are using these materials, we would really like to encourage students to have their cameras on during the lesson. This would help student engagement and really help that open dialogue in the classroom and building that classroom community. The most important thing is having that open door dialogue environment in the classroom where students feel like they can talk about anything with each other and really talk about anything with support staff as well as the staff. So we're asking that you support the Zoom protocols for online learning that we've listed. And we wanted to give you an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have about the program, about the materials. The team is here tonight to really just be transparent and share any information with you that you might need. So we're going to give you a second to just put any questions you may have in the Q&A in the Zoom webinar, and we will be taking a look at that and see if we can clarify anything for you.
So while everyone is doing that, just wanted to make sure that you knew that we went ahead and put the link to Prepare You also in the chat. So it's in the PowerPoint, but it is also in the chat right now.
So I don't see any questions so far, but we'll give people a couple more minutes just to see if they have any feedback or any clarification on anything. So I don't think we have any questions, but I do want to let all of our audience know that this will be recorded and placed on the Norfolk Public Schools website, so that if you have maybe neighbors or friends who are not able to see this recording, we would, you know, we have that opportunity there. So we'll be placing a link to this recording on the Norfolk Public Schools website. And if there are no questions, we would like to thank you for giving us your time tonight and hope that we answered all of your questions. And we are very excited to have our students see Prepared You and use it in their health classes. So thank you for coming.